I know. I think Peter's been struggling.
He's a very
he,
bad back at the moment.
yeah,
I know that was causing him an issue.
yeah,
He wasn't sure could he play yesterday, but took a few painkillers and managed to get through.
absolutely. Well, miraculous performance. And I noticed that he had both legs bent, where usually the back one's straight. And I said, "Have you changed your stance?" And he said, "No." He said, "I did my back in." I said, "I nearly pulled out." But to get to the final, it's fantastic, I think, really.
And this is a tough table, and both players in the Dave and Rob Hall, whom you may have been watching in the semi-final, just struggled a little bit. Pockets are quite tight, and there's kind of a funny bounce off one or two of the cushions, I think. But this will be interesting now because both of these players realise that if you make a mistake, you could be sitting down for 45 minutes to an hour. So
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
expect it might be a little bit cagey to start with. I wonder if I haven't found out yet who's going to be breaking off, but Peter has been making the double balk break off, sort of a half ball on the red and trying to get both balls into the balk area, which is brilliant when it works. But if it doesn't, it can be a bad start.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be doing it in this final.
So 90 minutes and the final is underway. It's Peter Gilchrist to break and opting for the standard break, which is put the red into the balk area and leave the white normally safe. Now, Dave may be tempted to play the thin cut off the white and down for the red cannon. That's where he's gone. A little bit of you hear that funny sound off that top cushion there.
It's a bit of a thud, isn't it?
Well, this is exactly the start that Dave wants now. So nice pot on the red. May leave himself a kind of a half ball cannon to bring the white down to the top of the table, get perfect position. And that's what he's done.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Maybe a little thin. I'm not
little
sure.
thin, yeah. So lots of right hand side on this mark just to swing the yellow nicely onto the red.
I think so, yeah.
And this is one thing I've been lucky enough to play an awful lot with Dave and to watch him practice. And the speed with which he can generate top of the table position is frightening. Here we are, 3 shots into the final, and he's virtually there. So send the cue ball, the white ball, back out towards there. So
it just seems to get off to such a good start, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Recent final at Carlisle, I think Rob Hall broke off and scored the first cannon and made 100, and opponent straight on the back foot straight away.
So a little right hand side now, the white ball come down. Well, he couldn't hold it, he had to give it a bit of welly. So at least he's brought the opponent's ball out into the middle of the table. So it may take a couple of pots here and come up to the. I wonder, can he get up? Because on the second red pot off the spot, it'll be coming up to the center spot. So that's why he wants to set up a pot here and leave himself the nice drop cannon position. So he's coming to have a look.
He's having a look into it, see where he needs to leave his cue ball.
Oh, and he's missed the drop cannon. Perhaps just stretching a little bit there, Mark?
Well, I'm guessing maybe it was just a little wide and he didn't quite get enough side on. Very, very hard to tell, but that's what I think probably happened there.
So Dave's yellow ball is in an awkward position there. So Peter trying to figure out what he wants to do.
I've heard that those were quite tight. That type of shot down the rails on this particular table. I mean, you don't get that many chances against Dave, and I think Peter's going to see that as a chance missed, definitely.
Yeah, sure. So Dave Causier will be very keen to stamp his authority as early as he can in the final. And this is not a bad opportunity.
Probably look to pop the red here and then leave a white to red cannon to get the white behind the spot. Here we go.
15.
Played it twice across.
His pace on those in-offs to the corner where he's descended in and out of baulk are fantastic. It really is fantastic. And well, many lesser players now would be, the amateur player would be playing the pot red and hoping to go down and get top. And Dave just trying to maneuver the opponent's cue ball into a much better position.
Six shot to lead the drop cannon. White's a little bit far into the centre of the table, but he'll still be able to make it, I think.
So the white will go off 2 cushions and end up behind the billiard spot there. Doesn't want to block. That's perfect now. Little gentle cannon.
Kevin Christ there.
Yeah, so I think we'll see Dave now play a lovely. Well, actually, is he going to go in off the white? I thought he was going to play a screw back pot here to leave himself an opportunity to move the white, Peter Gilchrist's white. That's what he would normally play. Oh, he's gone up to the centre. It was a second pot off the spot. Yeah. Martin O'Reilly, referee. Both these players have fantastic patience just to run the red or run the white, whatever you need to do to get them into prime position, to then play the telling drop cannon that gets you into perfect position. Yeah. So
it didn't intend that, Angus.
No, so this is a testing pot, or else he may play the cannon off the white with loads of right-hand side.
50.
Played that at good strength, so as not to lose his opponent's ball in baulk.
53.
So either in off white, or he might actually play the cannon here to send the white down. Yeah, just to get it into a position where he can play an off. All the time he's trying to figure out the very best position in which it will enable him to get to top of the table ASAP. And welcome to all our Facebook followers who are watching this match. To TYP Live for providing these wonderful pictures, multi-camera shoot. And a very good evening to Pat Coldrick, who's watching in Dublin. Wonderful supporter of Q Sports, wonderful musician. And he's really enjoying watching the standard being shown here all weekend from Sticks in Kirkcaldy in Scotland. Now just needs to avoid that's absolutely perfect. Oh, Peter's white is sitting on the billiard spot, so when Dave pots this, it'll go up to the pyramid spot. Off red to the corner, perhaps, Mark? He looks like he's going for the pot.
Yeah, I think he's going for the pot to try.
Wants to get the right side for that half ball cannon onto them to send the red towards the pocket and move the white. Yes, the overhead camera there showing the finger marks of the semi-final there. Somebody on Facebook commenting, perhaps you should have blocked it even more than you did, brushed and blocked it. A very good point.
Didn't land quite right on that red, so now maybe a screwing off.
Just went a bit early on that. So a break of 84 from Dave Causier, a lead of 107 points, but he's left Peter in. And hello to Alex Dunn watching. He said, loving the new camera angle for the tournament, wishing he was here. Alex has been missing from a few tournaments, but we look forward to getting you back ASAP. And John Metcalf makes a very good point. He said, thanks again to all the referees and the officials. A thankless task, and a great job being done. Oh, I tell you what, Mark.
Crawled in.
Remember doing commentary on Irish snooker for many years with John Pullman, and he said, Angus, that is the definition of a clean pot when it wipes its feet going in.
Using every inch of the pocket.
Just a bit narrow for the drop cannon, so he's forced with either playing the pot and
the red,
or might he go off the side cushion?
The red could have done with running on maybe 2 or 3 more balls, towards the middle. Yeah, horrible positions these.
Cannon looks a bit low on the yellow. It might be a little bit of a forcer to try, and he might send the yellow up and down. I don't think he can drag it gently, can he? No, he had to send it up and down, but making sure.
He controlled that well, didn't he?
Just doesn't want to get a blocker. No, that's okay. He'll have to use the long stuff, unless, of course, Peter's a great man for screwing along the cushion off the yellow if he wants that shot. But he may just be a bit wary, having missed a simple red like this a few moments ago.
That's right, yeah. Yes. I mean, he's looked at the screw cannon off yellow, but I'm wondering if he's thinking maybe there's a chance of the yellow going into the middle pocket. So he's going for this red, which, like he says, a bit tricky down these cushions. Ooh. Oh, dear.
And now he's in no man's land. He's not directly on for the half-wall loser.
That's right, yeah.
If he plays this, he needs a lot of check side, left-hand side, as it will be for him. Or 100% concentration on the pot red, perhaps.
May even play safe here.
Yeah. at this level, Mark, one mistake and it can be a
absolutely.
200 break from your opponent. This is a tough in off if he goes for it. Yeah. And an even harder pot on the red. And he's given Dave an easy opener. Don't think the 6 shot is on for Dave to play he's going to play the cross loser now. And even he's come up a little bit, so he's going to need that little bit of check side to narrow the angle.
Yeah, I think even if he had been able to get the 6 shot, I don't think his opponent's ball's in ideal position for the drop cannon. It looks a bit close to the cushion to me.
And people think the pockets are easy on these tables, but you can see they're the 2 finest players in the world at the moment, and struggling just a little bit on those losers. Slightly off the half ball line, so a bit of a forcer here. Red up and down a couple of times. Now the trick here, he could slide in off the red, but he would like to try and move the yellow, but without potting it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm not sure whether he was playing it directly as the in-off, but he still has the problem of having to move that yellow.
Looking to get this red up so that he can pot it and land his cue ball on the top cushion and rescue that yellow. Might do it this time.
Yes, as long as he gets low on this yellow, it'll be an easy enough. Oh, he's waiting to play another half ball. It looks like he's just on the half ball line, perhaps.
I think he's probably just underdone that.
Bit of right hand side to help it into. You can see the right hand side there, just swinging it in off the knuckle.
I think he'll be pleased with that one.
Yes, I thought for a moment Mark was going to drift up beyond the centre line. It would have been a difficult kind of a long Jenny cannon.
Yeah, it was coming at quite a bad line towards the middle pocket, and it needed the strength to be good, and the strength was good.
Ooh. He just travelled a bit too far. There's a very skinny and off yellow.
Yeah, I think he can still get it to leave an enough yellow from hand, and then hopefully to try to set up the drop cannon to get balls back to the top. Ooh, not sure is it that hard enough.
10 hazards.
So Martin O'Reilly calling the 10 hazards, which means that Peter is only allowed another further 5 hazards.
Is he playing this cushion first?
Cushion first with right hand side. There's the side. He's going to get the cannon, is he? Oh, he hasn't. And he'll regard that as a big miss, Mark. I think.
Yeah,
that was an opportunity to get in.
I think not getting the cube on the top cushion sort of caused that. Really, it made him have to play in enough that were thinner than what he wanted.
Graham Jackson watching, commenting that I've noticed in a few games the pockets are a little unforgiving. They're not a little unforgiving, they are totally unforgiving. If you get it right, it works, and if you don't, you pay the price. Now this is in the perfect drop cannon position. He'll send the white off 2 cushions and hopefully half ball contact on the red. Red will come off the cushion and be on for the pot. Oh, he's left that just a little narrow now. These are tough along these top pockets, into the top pockets. So
years back, I used to practice with the great Gilchrist. He used to come over to England, and he said that the perfect drop cannon, normal drop cannon, was to hit the red absolutely full in the face, so that it bounced off the cushion and left a pretty much dead straight pot red. And Dave just got that a little bit thin.
Well, one man who's normally here at all of the Scottish events is Roy Bacon, who's been laid up with a very bad book, but he's enjoying watching the coverage. Good evening to you, Roy.
21.
And that time,
that's a better
contact.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes Dave screws around the back of the white to correct it. I don't know whether he's got the angle, whether he just go for the. But sometimes he would screw behind the white. Well, I'm not sure whether he was playing the pot and the cannon there, but.
No, I'm not sure what that shot was.
Bring the red to the opposite side of the table to leave a drop cannon off the white. I think we've brought it right up center. That was beautifully played at a slow pace to leave the drop cannon. Just has to be careful not to pot the white. So perhaps a little thin on the white. Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Well, you may have played the 2 cannons here, the first little cannon and then the roll through cannon. So that's the first one. And then you just play off both of them and leave the yellow above the red. Oh, he's played it up there. But that double cannon is often a nice little touch that gets you back in position.
Yeah, it's slipping through off the second cannon.
39.
Bit of a forcer to the center. Now this needs to come out nicely.
21.
I think Dave's top break, the high break in this tournament this weekend, will stay safe for the moment. It's a 452 as far as I know. And I think under the testing conditions of the final, that may not be broken. Little cannon onto the red, sending the white off the side cushion back behind the spot.
Just needed to screw that a little bit. Pretty good.
Oh, that's gone wrong.
Yeah.
That wasn't how he wanted to play that one.
Playing this with a lot of drag, I think. Yeah, to leave the... ooh.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, played it with a lot of drag to guard against the runoff, because he was trying to leave his opponent's ball down near the red spot to leave a drop cannon, but it seemed to have caught it a bit thin.
So let's see how quickly Peter can generate the top of the table position with this drop cannon.
Played that with right hand side, I think.
And there you see perfectly positioned Dave's cue ball right behind the billiard spot.
So Peter 100 behind, but perfect top of table position. So this is where he really needs to make a break.
And the delight of the spotted cue ball, you can see the check side on there to hold everything.
Yes, it's. I was a bit dubious when these spotty balls first came out, but I think they're fantastic now. They really add to this sort of spectator appreciation, seeing the side spin.
19. 22.
Well, Mark, thanks very much for joining us in the commentary position, and we're going to be joined in a moment by our tournament director, Mr. Frank Bradley, who will be taking up the commentary position. Thanks,
Okay,
Mark.
yeah, thank you, Angus. Bye, everybody.
7. 30. 2.
So, as I mentioned, our tournament director, Frank Bradley, this is probably the first time you've actually had 2 minutes to yourself when we've asked you to do commentary, but you've got both finals underway. The Challenge Cup is underway and
That's right.
the final. So,
Yeah, it's a bit easier now. Yep. Yeah. Sorry.
42. 45. 48. 50. 53.
Yeah, Peter's in perfect top of the table position here. Could easily get a very big break. 58.
and somebody wondering online who was in the Challenge Cup final, and it's the two Eddies, Eddie Duggan and Eddie Fielding, I believe.
It is indeed, yeah, both from the northwest.
61.
And Peter will be anxious here now not to move the yellow too much.
Yeah,
63.
might have to play a little bit of postman's knock.
Yeah, the yellow's just a little bit off the line for Postman's, but he could change that in a moment.
Yeah. I don't know whether he'll pot this or going off because it's just in that position where it's a bit difficult. I thought he might go in off.
66.
He's not really left himself where he wanted to for a drop cannon. It's too close to the cushion, the red.
Lovely example there of the 90-degree rule, positioning the cue ball so that he plays half ball on the red and gets a direct 90-degree angle back off to get the cannon.
Yes.
Seventy-one.
Well, he had to play that at speed and has lost the yellow into baulk.
That's right. But he's got an easy pot red, so he can come up here either off this red or a later one and have an in off the yellow and bring it back out again. He's certainly got the opportunity to do that.
Break goes to 74 and the red is 77. So, as you quite rightly said, Frank, taking another pot.
Yeah. These things are all easier said than done.
That is so true.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got himself the in off the yellow, which he can now play either for an in off in the middle pocket or for a drop cannon later. Of this. Yep. I think he played for the drop cannon, but he's not got the position, so he'll probably play a longer in off of the yellow.
Making sure not to get the trouser shot for us amateur people who can't play the game properly. Get the in off, but pot the yellow as well. So he changed the angle.
David Causier do that just before.
And again, needs another loser, and we'll send the yellow off at least to leave the nice drop, and maybe extra.
Oh.
So he's happy to work the yellow to get it into prime position. It's never fully set for him correctly just yet.
No.
But this time it should be over the right-hand side of the table as we look at it of this. He's managed to get it now. This is a perfect drop cannon now.
No, it's perfect. And these fellas usually get a very good position off the drop cannon, because with us, we can get any sort of position at all.
That's absolutely perfect for the floating white. And
it is.
Break goes to 90.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to play an in off here.
Yeah, I have to go the in off again. Yeah, he didn't quite play that right. He really wanted the red to be able to hold for a pot.
Should be no problem to Peter Gilchrist.
Yeah. No.
And nicely off two cushions there, Frank.
Beautifully. And just the right amount of strength. He'll probably come off the cushion for the recovery shot afterwards. Yeah.
That's the break goes to 101. Nice round of applause from the very knowledgeable audience here in Sticks in Kirkcaldy in Scotland. Great to see so many Scottish players playing in this, and also from England, Ireland, Wales.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. You certainly got the position you wanted now.
And both players treating these corner pockets with great respect. They know just if you're slightly off at all, they'll jangle and stick.
Oh.
Onto the cushion, onto the yellow.
No, it had to go. You didn't have the angle for that.
Yeah.
Now it goes a couple of cannons and he'll push the red over the hole. Yeah, bring the yellow out. Looks like he's a bit straight on it.
Mm.
Gonna perhaps have to screw back to get another pot red.
He'd love to
and
have been able to punch out trying to
That's right.
correct the yellow off 2 cushions, but he
Yeah.
can't. So deep screw or a gentle screw here?
Well,
Oh, he's actually just
playing for
the cross loser.
He's going to do the 3-6-9 by the looks of things. Unless he can get the cannon off the yellow. No, it's a 3-6-9.
Yep.
That's where a player attempts to get himself into position for an in-off or pot into the middle after the in-off in the corner pocket, and then eventually gets himself into position for a pot into the middle and come back down to the top of the table. That's known as the 3-6-9 shot.
So Peter edges ahead now, 11 points of a lead. His break on 129.
Yeah.
55 minutes of this 90-minute final remaining. But given that both these players can put centuries together approximately every 4.5 to 5 minutes,
Yeah.
neither will be panicking at any stage, even if they're 300, 400, or 500 behind with a half an hour to go.
And these fellows can make 300 or 400 breaks quite easily, and more. Because Peter's been struggling with his back today
Yes, he was
and yesterday.
in difficulty, absolutely.
Yeah. He's wearing a brace on his back.
Now he's forced with a forcer on either of these shots if he plays them in off in the centre.
Yes.
So by forcer, obviously, I mean a bit more pace than he would normally use.
Yeah. And a bit lower down on the ball too, to get the angle. Because otherwise you wouldn't get that angle.
And hello to Shushur Pandya from India, who is watching and enjoying the coverage. I believe we may be seeing him in Carlo for the World Match Play in April.
Wouldn't surprise me. That didn't work very well. Catching the pocket jaws with the red has made the next shot a lot more difficult than it could have been.
2 choices here. If he can get skinny off the yellow, might make the cannon, or else he has to go 3/4 ball with lots of top and left hand side as a run through. But
Yeah,
requires good cueing either way.
it certainly does. But if you want a man with good cueing, you've just seen him.
Yes. He played the fuller shot with run through and a bit of running side, left hand side, just to spin off the cushion. So can he rescue the white here, the yellow?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, he thinks he can, obviously. And if he thinks he can, I'd back him. Oh dear.
That's
That's unfortunate. Yes, that really is. He's lost the opponent's cue ball. He's limited now to a further few. Oh.
He very nearly double balked himself there.
Yeah.
He will be doing it in a moment. But
He's limited himself to 45 points at the most anyway once the other person's cue ball's gone in.
yes, there's that little thump off the balk cushion there, quite noisy.
Yeah.
So now he'll, as if the standard break-off shot, he'll put the white on the side cushion and the red
Yeah.
into balk.
Yeah.
So Dave coming to the table obviously can't play into behind the balk line. Is he going to
No.
pot the red? But if he leaves it hanging over the pocket, this is an easy chance for Dave.
It is.
He might even risk going directly just up and down and pot the red rather than going off the white.
Yeah. Or he could go off the other side with a lot of side and get it. But it looks like he's got it anyway and potted it.
No, he won't be happy with the result of that, though,
No.
because there's no, unless he can force this around a couple of cushions for a cannon, he's have to play safe.
Oh, he's got the cannon.
Not the way he intended, but
No.
and can he?
Certainly not.
No. Still, Dave is renowned as a shot maker, so he may need to show us his skills here.
Yeah.
Around the back.
Yeah, he's missed it. All round it. If there's a gap, they'll find it.
There's not too many of them to the pound now. A missed long pot from Peter Gilchrist.
No, you don't see that very often. Especially if it's that near to the pocket.
Stun cannon off the white, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave prefers that to the in-off and bring it round.
This is awkward enough now because
I think he can get in the middle. Oh no, he's played safe.
Yep.
He'd have liked that white tighter on the cushion though. Because when it's a bit off the cushion, it's a little bit easier than when it's absolutely tight. Yeah. Oh, oh
And-
dear.
well, Peter will be disappointed. Dave will be delighted.
Yeah, 6 shot. Dear, oh dear. You can't really allow for that.
So again, trying to play safe, and now we see Dave just gently roll and pot the white. It's not too bad, unless now Peter's a great exponent of this deep screw, in this instance with right hand side to screw back into the corner pocket there. So loads of right hand side.
Yeah. And there it
In
goes.
it goes. Lovely shot.
Yeah.
There's Dave Causier, forced to sit and watch at the moment. Now then, will we see a swinging 3-cushion cannon here?
He might just put, oh no, he won't. The red's a bit close to the hole to play safe, isn't it? Oh yes, he has. He's played for the pot.
Yeah. It just shows you the respect both these players have for each other.
Yeah.
Now, this is awkward because Dave either has to get a score here, or I don't know how he can leave it safe. Oh, he was able to get in off. What a shot.
Yeah.
What a shot.
That's the thing with David Causier. You think there's nothing he can do here, and next minute he just brings off an absolutely incredible shot. And now he's got to drop cannon off the top cushion. Have to be very careful with that shot not to get the double kiss on the white before you get to the red. Pensive audience.
16.
Now Dave getting closer to creating the perfect top of the table
Yeah.
position.
Might play the cannon here off the cushion, yes. Oh, he's got the pot as well.
21.
Screwing off the white and leave it up for the drop cannon position.
Yeah.
He plays those so well, so
He
gently.
does.
Now, can he get this direct, or does he have to go off the top cushion with a
I
little bit
think
of
he
check?
needs to be off the top cushion. Yes.
And very carefully avoiding, as you say, that so often I find that I get the cannon on the ball I've played and miss.
No, you're not the only one who does that, I can assure you.
Now this is looking better for Dave.
Yeah. A sort of mini drop cannon here. Just, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you can
Just
see.
slightly overhit it. So the red is not where he wants it. He'll have to go around the table after potting the red.
He plays these. I just want to go in off here.
No, he's not.
He's
He's
absolutely
well
perfect.
away,
He plays it because so often in the format where you have to have a balk line crossing, he plays that off 5 cushions, and it's perfection when he comes back out. It checks off the last 2 cushions, and you go.
That's right. It's ridiculous, really, how easy it makes it look.
Yeah. Now you mentioned postman's knock earlier on, and Dave may just be. He likes both, obviously, floating white, where you keep the opponent's white just off the top cushion, but occasionally he likes getting a postman's knock where the opponent's ball just doesn't budge for 100 or 200 points.
He's started playing it a lot more, actually, recently, because he didn't used to play it much at all, and now he does.
A little thin cannon off the white to
He's back in
reposition
the
it,
lead now.
and needs to get the right-hand side of the red to be above it.
But he'll just use a bit of side for that, and he's got the white back perfect for floating white as well.
I'm always amazed at how high he comes up the table in those shots. I think most of us think that, that's much too thin, but it's actually perfect because he can a little bit of right-hand side to get the cannon.
That's it. Bring it off the white off the cushion this time, can't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he can play the hard shots, but he can also play all those lovely little nudges and gentle shots as well.
A bit of right-hand side and send the white ball onto the cushion and back up on behind the billiard spot.
Perfectly
in position.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to that 75 in no time. He's such a fast player. I refereed him in one game where his average shot time was under 7 seconds.
Yes, we should have a shootout for billiards, and it won't bother Dave at all. the shot clock. Chris Achilles, who was here, saying the bottom left-hand pocket is brutal. He knows from bitter experience. And I forgot to mention, Keith Savage from Northern Ireland was partaking in the tournament as well.
Yep. And did a lot of refereeing too. He's just passed his referee's exam, Keith.
Congratulations, Keith. And once
Yes.
again, now a little skinny off the white to reposition it and stay high on the red. So, as you can see there, the Peter's white directly behind the spot.
Those shots look so easy, but they're not.
Now he has maneuvered Peter's white into the perfect position, I think, for Postman's knock as he takes the break to 100.
Yeah.
Which in Dave's terms would be a miscue.
Yeah. Because, of course, he was beaten by Peter in the World Final. Peter Gilchrist.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's amazing on how many tournaments we see Peter Sheehan, Peter Gilchrist, Rob Hall, and Dave Causier in the final four.
Oh.
Somebody outside the venue here, as I was coming back in about an hour ago, said, I think we'll just invite the four of them to be in every semi-final. We won't bother showing up. Now, there's the beginning of the Postman's knock.
Yeah.
As Dave will get the cannon, Peter's cue ball won't budge at all. It'll go gadunk.
Yeah.
And I remember refereeing him once, and the two spots that you can see on the white didn't budge for about 20 minutes. Yeah. You can see it there.
Yeah. It looks so easy, but you've got to get a full ball contact near enough.
And a bit of running side, reverse side to get out now.
Yeah. Might have to go round here. Yeah.
And watch the running side just to... It just needs to bounce.
And of course, when it comes down here, it's check side and slows it off the cushion. Ah. Perfect double kiss.
Another Middlesbrough player watching online, Brian Barnett. Hope you're enjoying the tournament, Brian. Look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Yeah. Yes, Brian's been to quite a few of the tournaments.
So just watch the spot on the white ball now.
Yeah.
It just gets trapped and doesn't budge. A little bit of right-hand side just to hold the yellow.
Yeah.
But Dave's potting off the spot is remarkable. I mean, so often people think that it's an in-off game or a cannon game, but he very rarely misses a pot off the spot.
Oh, very rare. I'll tell you who does let himself down a little bit with the pots off the spot and round there is Peter Sheehan. He tends not to concentrate as hard on them, and that's the shot he tends to miss rather than the other shots in the possible top of the table.
Well, it's fantastic to see Peter Sheehan back playing the game, playing to such a high standard and such a speed merchant when he gets to the top.
Oh.
And look at that. Yeah.
Look at that for a Postman's knock from that distance.
Yes. I just played the in-off red here.
Yeah.
I think one more in-off to get the pot to get back to top maybe, or he'd run the red as long as he needs to run it, Frank, won't he?
Oh, I think just the one really. No, he'll need a second one now, I think. It might be all right for it. Yeah, it's a bit narrow for the cannon, so you might have to use a little bit of right-hand side on it. Oh, no, it was narrow.
So, nice break of 150.
Yeah.
Gives Dave an almost 100 lead. 223 to 329.
But as you said, 100 lead to these fellas is bread and butter.
Yeah. 106 points ahead.
They're so good.
And the other downside of when your opponent has you at Postman's knock, when they miss, you're glued to the top cushion for your next shot. And Peter just wondering what to do here, realizing the importance of either a good safety or can he force it in off the red?
Or even a pot red. You could try the thin cannon as well with a lot of side off the yellow, off the white.
You see there's where he's hampered there, Frank.
He's hampered, yeah. whichever he plays. He did go for the pot. Oh, he might. Oh, no, he hasn't got. No. It was a difficult shot, whatever he did. That pot was not an easy pot from on the cushion there. Oh, he didn't really want that red to go in. That has not helped. Because it's, yeah.
And just shows you the respect there
Yeah, just played safe.
against somebody else who might have played a running side
Cannon
off the
yeah.
cushion, but and also Peter. And this is almost a reversal of the last shot in the sense that now it's Dave is buried on the baulk cushion, so a safety shot. He's happy to keep his patience.
Yeah.
Peter might risk screwing back into the corner pocket.
I was wondering about the screw and side shots off the red, but
well, the good thing is he'd be using lots of left-hand side, which would check the red, so it would just keep it in the centre of the table.
Yeah.
An up and down cannon or safety?
No, I think he's just playing safe, to be honest.
Oh, he's going for the same shot except off the yellow.
Yeah,
what a wonderful
much
shot.
further back.
Yes.
Much further out. Very good shot.
Take the easier one when the difficult one is on. Beautiful shot there.
Oh, not only is a difficult shot on, but you can play it.
Yeah, exactly. Such a standard.
That's the difference, isn't it? Sometimes you think these fellas can't miss at all, don't you? Go for the cannon here. Another cannon after. Oh. He might be on for the middle pocket, but I think he'll play the cannon, put the red over the middle pocket.
Even though we've had very cold weather of late, Frank, it was quite warm in the club and you relaxed the bow tie rule earlier on, just for the benefit of people who found it quite warm.
Yeah. Well, I had a problem a while back where one of the younger players, after I'd said you could take your bow ties off, didn't. And he collapsed with heat exhaustion.
Wow.
So he thought he was good enough, yeah.
Little PK shot here now.
Yeah, which he's got.
So perhaps the long pot into the yellow pocket in snooker terms, or can he go for the centre and screw off the side cushion? Oh, he's had a miscue.
A complete miscue,
wow.
That was it.
That's unfortunate for Peter. And has he left the enough red in the corner pocket?
It's a difficult one because he's right on the cushion, I think. Not easy.
Risk and reward on this shot.
Yeah.
Well, he had to concentrate so much on making sure he got the enough that he couldn't play it with pace. So hasn't taken the red out of baulk.
Yeah. He could pot this yellow, white, and then come out. Here's Mr. Harrison.
Well, Frank Bradley has been joining me here at Angus McHenry commentary with Frank, and we're going to say goodbye to you, Frank. You have to get organised for the presentation, and Steve Harrison is going to join us in a moment. Thank you. So I'm delighted to be joined in commentary now. Steve Harrison, you've been refereeing the semi-finals there, and a great final in prospect. We've had an hour of it so far, a further 30 minutes remaining, and it's Dave Causier ahead, and at the table, a great standard of play over the weekend.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, Angus. And if I'd have been refereeing, it would have been 3-0 to Middlesbrough.
Indeed.
Martin's doing a great job.
Yes, Martin Riley, our referee. Oh,
Missed.
Well, he's been lucky there. He missed the cannon and fluked putting Peter's ball. It is incredible, Steve Harrison, that so many of the world's best players came from Middlesbrough, from the Boys League. Any idea how and why that happened?
It was very popular, Teesside Boys Billiards League. There was several good coaches in those days, and all the clubs really were represented by a team. I played for the Aramis Club. I wasn't very good, still not. I'm still not, but it's still going strong in Teesside Billiards.
So there's Peter Gilchrist, Dave Causier, Chris Schutt from there.
Chris, yeah, obviously Mike, Billy Bowsfield. You know,
Incredible.
I could be Alan Scott. I could be 20 minutes giving the names out, Angus.
It's incredible, the number of players. Of course, Mike Russell, just poetry, emotion.
Yeah, beautiful.
Peter doesn't want to angle himself here. Might be a difficult pot here. It's not where he wanted to be.
I don't think that red will go past, will it?
No, so, and he can't even get through, I think, with enough running side to get the run through cannon, can he? Yeah, just had to play safe. He'll be disappointed not to make more of that.
Hang on, Angus.
Or indeed play the in-off in the middle. What a great shot.
Beautiful.
I think he played that, yeah.
He had a little bit of bad luck earlier when he was on the break and Dave's white flew in the middle. So that's one back for Peter.
Yeah. I think he played that, actually. I must ask him afterwards, but he does play that shot.
So there's 28 minutes left, so there's plenty of time.
Oh, he'd be disappointed. That's poor now for him to lose Dave's cue ball on that shot. So you're only now allowed to play 15 consecutive hazards, and a hazard is either a pot or in and off. So immediately Peter has opted for safety now. I wouldn't be surprised if Dave just plays pot white here and leaves the double walk. Don't think he can get the in-off. Rattles it in.
Spot on, Angus. He's a great putter.
So now just leave yourself an easy starter, but with plenty of distance between the balls. So because Peter is a genius now at making 5 cushion cannons. I wonder, will he do that against Dave? He does it against the lesser players, but will he simply... Well, he's 2 options. He could go skinny just outside the balk line with loads of reverse side, come back in and try and make the cannon, or he could play off 3 cushions onto either the red or the yellow and try and make the cannon.
There's one thing certain, he has to move something. You can't leave him there.
Well, he's opted for the safety position, and he hasn't played a good one because Dave can easily pot this red and just stun up a couple of inches and leave the in off, right? Well, he's positioned himself nicely onto the half ball line to play off the red, bring it up, maybe leave a pot on and then rescue the white.
6.
Somebody asking online, is it always 90-minute matches or can there be a points limit? Well, there are various different formats. We can play timed format of 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours or whatever, or you can play a format to first to 1,000, first to 1,500, first to 2,000, whatever. It varies. And we also have a format where we play the short format, where you have games of 100 points and you play the best of 7 of those, or best of 9, best of 11, or whatever. In this format, it's simply who is ahead when the bell goes after 90 minutes. So just heading for 25 minutes left in this final. Dave Causier at the moment with a lead of 118 at the moment. So just playing around with the red until he gets a position where he can just getting it out of balk there. So this time now he can pot the red and leave an angle to play in off the white.
Perfect.
Paul Smitheringale has been on to say, I've played both these players and my best advice when playing them is to find yourself a comfortable seat.
I know Paul quite well. He's just starting to play the game again. He talks a good game, Angus. Anyway.
Yeah, I mentioned Roy Bacon earlier on, and Roy played Mike Russell once, and he broke off, and Mike made 400, and then Roy played safe, but left Mike's ball touching the red. So Mike then, obviously, as the player coming in, got the respot and made a 300 break, and when he missed, then Roy got in and made 8 points and missed, and Mike then made a further 400. So after 3 visits, the score was 1,000 plays 8. How do you like them apples?
It can happen with this game.
So Causier looks in full flow again now, and his mission will be to make enough in this break to use up the time and get so far ahead that even were he to miss, that Peter wouldn't have time to come back and catch him.
Yes, it's starting to look a little bit ominous for Peter. But Dave doesn't look like missing here. That overhead camera's fantastic, isn't it?
Well, it gives a great view of what it's like, and you get a better view of the position of the balls. You can see it there.
It's a great place, this, isn't it, Angus? As a place, you know, not only the snooker. It's got pool, it's got entertainment, it's got everything, really.
Absolutely, food and beverages, and some of us are lucky enough to be staying literally next door in the Victoria Hotel, which is 30 seconds from the front door to the table you're playing on, so that's a delight. Now, that's a bit more difficult than Dave would have wanted. Just screw along with some reverse side into the corner pocket. Oh, and he just didn't get enough side.
It's a tricky pocket, that one is.
So 155 points ahead.
When you
22 minutes on the table, so...
Can Peter get enough it? Can.
He can, yeah. So this is a chance now for Peter.
He would have liked to drop cannon there, but has he got it yet?
A little skinny off the yellow and move the red along towards the cushion, or the pocket, I mean.
He must score 100. Anything less won't be good enough, will it?
Well, he needs 150 to get back level, and then obviously to go ahead. Roy Bacon reminding me that in that match against Mike Russell in a 90-minute match, there were 5 visits to the table. Imagine the average there.
17.
Oh, you can't believe that. He was trying to get up nice and high to correct the yellow and get himself into perfect position, but he's given Dave just an unbelievable opportunity there that Dave wasn't expecting. So the cross loser here now bring the red up to the centre.
19 minutes left, so it's not looking good for Peter.
Well, Dave just needs to make a sizable break here to finally stamp his authority on this match. And a good drop cannon from here should put him nicely in position. Didn't want that second collision with the white.
He's such a good potter though, isn't he, Dave? I didn't play it. He should have potted it.
Well, this is awkward now, so just needs to be careful on this screwing off. Oh, he's got it nicely and plays it gently.
Yeah.
How he manages to play those with such gentle pace,
yeah.
delicacy is wonderful. Doesn't want to lose the red. Doesn't want to lose the red. Might play the cannon here rather than the pot and send the red down. Yeah. Can he get in off the red in the middle? It's on, but it's difficult, and he knows that these are trying moments now for Peter, particularly if Dave can make further scoring visits here.
He's going to knock the. He's getting the long gear out, so he's going to knock the wide in.
Might knock and play a double balk. 18 minutes left. Yep, that's what he's doing. He just wants to give Peter no opportunity whatsoever. Now, he played a very poor double balk shot earlier on. I expect this one to be putting Peter in all sorts of trouble.
It's not great.
Well, is it a moment where Peter has to try one of his famous 2 cushion cannons?
Yeah, I think he's got to start going for it now, hasn't he? So 162 behind plus these.
I know Sean Murphy has been advocating that the snooker tour adopt the spotted cue ball, and I think he's absolutely right, because it really is wonderful to see the effect that the side is having. I think one of his explanations as to why a lot of the players don't want to use it is that it'll show they're cueing across the ball if they think they're cueing straight. There's a standard trademark shot from Dave Causier, playing the cannon, sending the object ball down towards the spot and then leaving the pot onto the middle.
Yeah, that's where he likes to be. They used this spotted ball in the Snooker 900, didn't they? It
Yes.
was interesting, yeah.
I think it's a huge addition. This is sometimes called upside down top of the table, where the object ball is just above the spot, so playing the little gentle cannon. Although Dave has a tendency to play a couple of pots and then screw up high and play an in off white to leave a better shot for the drop cannon and then get back to top. I'll be interested to see what he does here. Well, he's happy to play upside down for the moment.
Might get one more out of it. Ronnie will wonder where I've gone. I was only going to the bar.
Now this time he may play the cross loser in off into the opposite corner pocket.
Just like that. There he is.
Ron Bickerdike there. Sydney Ash. Great supporters of the game, play in all the tournaments. Now, nice drop cannon here. Might get the outside of the white to send it back towards the spot. No, just did it full in the face. Loads of left-hand side on this shot just to fall onto the red. His control is wonderful, as is Peter's.
Touch, yeah.
When you see Peter in full flight, it's a beautiful thing. And Rob, I mean, the quality of the top players at top of the table is stunning to watch. That's again another trademark, although he's gone a little bit further. He plays this, what I call a rescue shot, the white off the top cushion back in and positions it beautifully. Now, will he take the pot or the in off? Yeah. And there's Peter's dad, Frank. Wonderful man.
Yes,
great sense of humor.
Man, yeah.
Now let's see where the red finishes. Does it leave it for a drop or another in off?
So it's 30, just under 13 minutes to go. It's safe to say it's all over, Angus, is it?
No, absolutely
No?
not. No. Well, 12 minutes can be
so Dave can get
300 easily.
Yeah, all right, yeah. The only problem is Dave's at the table.
I know. Well, if he adds another 50 or 60 and uses it more of the time, then even if Peter were to get in, it would be a difficult task. Yeah, Peter would need to. And there's Chris Coombe, one of the directors of World Billiards, and
Eddie Fielding,
yeah.
He's just runner-up in the plate, sadly.
Eddie Duggan was the winner then,
Eddie won easy, I think, yeah. Alex Dunn thinks it's over.
Slightly narrow drop cannon, but not a problem.
81.
And Dave always makes sure that at least one ball is in play and that you've a shot on. Now this time he'll play the half ball off the white, send it over and back, and cannon the red, send the red towards the pocket.
This is that delicate screw stun shot you were talking
Yes.
about. It's a bit easier than it looked at first.
Yeah, beautifully played to leave options, the in-off red, in-off white. He sometimes plays this at speed so the white comes up and down and ends up behind the billiard spot. Did you get the check on it? Yep. Just went slightly further right than he wanted, but the break goes to 100 in jig time.
I thought Martin was going to throw that ball straight into the middle pocket.
Well, Dave edging ever closer to regaining this title that he lost last year. And there's a double whammy with each of these shots and the scoring visits because it's further ahead with less time on the clock, so making the task much harder for Peter.
He doesn't look like me. He probably run the clock out. He doesn't look like missing Angus.
No. Well, in another 8 or 10 shots, he'll be 300 points ahead with just, there'll only be 7.5 minutes left on the clock probably at that stage.
After that, he can have a well-earned coffee.
Yes. But he takes his billiards so seriously and his preparation and his practice and whatever.
He deserves what he's got because he puts the work in. He works full time and he's also screw it in. Beautiful.
And the other thing is that I've known him for 12 years at this stage, I'd say. And in Carlow last year, when he won the match play, we went for dinner with some of the Indian lads, and I saw Dave having a glass of beer, and it was the first time in 12 years that I'd ever seen Dave with a drink in his hand at any tournament, and that's how seriously he takes it.
Was it a curry? Was it a curry?
It was indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think it's done and dusted now at this stage because he's heading for 300 of a lead and he's going to play this off the cushion and didn't get it, didn't get the cannon. But I don't think that Peter can score the guts of 300 points in 7 minutes.
No, I had to give him that cannon because it was close, wasn't it?
Peter's going for one of his trademark shots. Hasn't finished up nicely, so may have to stun off the cushion and back onto the yellow, but it means the red's going up the table. That was lovely with the running side. Just as he played that quite well now to hold the pace. Run through and off here, loads of left-hand side. You got a good view of it. Gone a bit early, but is there enough side to take it in? Yes, there is. Beautifully played shot. Well, now I'd love to see Peter put a sizable break unfinished here to the end. Huge thanks once again to Sam Jones of the Yorkshire Project TYP with this wonderful streaming of the Scottish Open at Kirkcaldy. And we'll be in Vienna in March, and we'll be in Jersey in May and in Ireland in April, so lots to look forward to. Standard half ball in off now, into the corner.
Do we know where the Worlds will be next time round, Angus?
Not yet. There are a number of venues in contention, and nothing is sorted just yet. As soon as we know, everybody will know, but not at the moment. Now that's a poor shot from Peter by his standards. Just got himself out of position. Because I was about to say that perhaps in the knowledge that there isn't time to win, it might just free up the arm a little bit and he might play a little bit more fluently. But I know he is in pain with his back, so we must have done. Oh, going for the wonderful kiss cannon there. So just under 5 minutes left. Dave has a forcer into the corner pocket off the red. There you can see the top taking effect and the white whooshing itself into the corner pocket. Is he going for one of his long pots here? Yes, he is. Almost screwing back perfectly onto the half ball line. So loads of left-hand side just to help this ball in. And there it goes. It just swings in off the knuckle. Might play this with a bit of pace to bring the red further up to join the white, or at least leave the cannon on if he can't get it. Yeah, he can get it this time. So loads of right-hand side, just bring the white out to the middle of the table. Well, I'm going to hand you over to Chris Coombe now. I'll leave you with Steve Harrison, or maybe Darren Clark might join, because we'll have the prize presentation as soon as the game is over. 3.5 minutes to go. Peter Gilchrist on 290 and Dave Causier is at 582, looking good.
21. 24. 26. 29. 31. 34.
Hi everybody, Chris Coombe here, just letting Angus get on ready for the presentation. That will be following straight after the
39.
conclusion of this match, and thanks to Stephen Harrison for helping with the commentary there. We had a few voices there for the final, a few of our referees and indeed players giving their input on this final.
Yeah, just congratulations to Dave. Obviously, a long event over the 2 days, but he's come good in the end, and obviously his fierce rival Peter Gilchrist there. But it looks like he's played well, and another trophy for the collection by the looks.
52.
We hope you've all enjoyed the commentary and the footage from this weekend.
Yeah, we try our best, and Causier has recaptured this title that he won previously in 2022. That was the last time he won. He beat Peter Sheehan in that final. Peter Gilchrist was last year's champion, but it's the first trophy of the year for Dave Causier, and I'm sure it will be the first of many. We know how many titles he wins. Just fantastic player to watch. Just keeps getting better and better, it seems. Peter Gilchrist, of course, the current world champion. I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty more of him. Just great to see these two wonderful players playing this great game.
Yeah, so we're inside the final minute as our referee Martin O'Reilly respots the red.
And there's a good crowd in the match room there. You might not be able to see them all on camera, but there's quite a fair few people watching, which is nice to see. A lot of people staying over before the long journey home for a lot of people. And I'm sure they've all enjoyed watching this great final as we approach the last 20 seconds or so. Thanks to everyone for watching online.
52.
I'm sure the bell will be going any second now as Dave gets down to this pot red.
82.
And there it is, the 2024 Scottish Open champion, Mr. David Causier, defeating Peter Gilchrist in the final, 6-4-5 to 290. Thank you all for listening, and the presentation will follow shortly. Goodbye for now.
We're going to face this camera. This camera here, Sam, yeah?
Yeah. So,
Are you getting us there?
yeah, that'll do.
Right, put these.
So those we'd
Get
start.
the other. These are the challenge runner-up, and that's the runner-up for the main.
Thanks, Frank.
Excuse me a sec.
Pull again, won't it? It's all right now.
You're right now.
In fact, Angus,
Yep.
if you go where the scoreboard was, that'll be alright. Yeah, and then just a bit of lighting, innit?
Yeah, can you see that?
Where Kevin stood, yeah.
Okay, on that camera there.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, well, that's all right now. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just before I hand you over to our tournament director, Mr. Frank Bradley, on behalf of World Billiards, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been watching online and everybody who's been here at Sticks at Kirkcaldy. We've had a fantastic weekend. We always love coming here, and the support locally has been fantastic. So to all the players who've turned up to be here to watch what always happens, to watch the cream rising to the top. And I think it's becoming brilliantly boring almost that on every tournament the top four players who are, of course, Dave Causier, Peter Gilchrist, Peter Sheehan and Rob Hall seem to invariably end up in the semi-finals. But you know what? If they're the best players that we have, it's wonderful to see the best players playing in those semi-finals. Thanks to everybody who took part in the Challenge Cup. People like myself who came an extra hour to play. It's a delight. I'm delighted to have been beaten by a man who only got beaten himself in the final. But I think it's wonderful that we have two tiers of billiards in a sense. We've got the elite players who are stunningly brilliant, and we have all of the rest of us who play and support the game. A huge thank you to our referees and to our marker Kevin Christie and to Martin O'Reilly who refereed the final. But I'd like to say, first of all, thank you so much. Please do come and see us. If you're watching, I know there were lots of comments coming in online who were doing commentary from people who hadn't seen much billiards before and who were in awe of the quality of what they were seeing. So that's exactly what we want. We're heading to Vienna in March, we're heading to Ireland in April, and we're heading to Jersey in May, and we hope to see all of you then. So I give you now our tournament director. Let's hear it for the brilliant Mr. Frank Bradley.
Thank you very much. Right, everybody, can I say first of all a big thank you to the referees who've helped me out so much during the week, and another big thank you to all the players who have refereed extra games, and that really does help everybody out. It's a great thing to do. I'd now like to present the prize to the runner-up of the Challenge Cup, Mr. Eddie Fielding.
Go on, Eddie! Go on, Eddie!
Eddie has been playing this game for more years than I like to think.
I played with John Roberts Jr.
And beat him.
He's better than the human calculator because he goes 3, 3, yes, 3, 3 and 2 more, 5, yes, 5. Okay, 5 and 2, 5 and 2. 7, yes, 7.
I've forgotten that.
Right, and now to the winner of the Challenge Cup, the wonderful Eddie Duggan. And now we come to the runner-up for the main prize, the superb and really lovely to watch, Peter Gilchrist. And we can all agree a fluid to the very highest standard. And now to the winner. What more can you say about him? The fastest thing on two legs when playing billiards. And such a wonderful player, Mr. David Causier. A nice high break then, and would you like to say just a couple of words, or would you
I think everyone just, it's been a great tournament obviously again, and I think a lot of the time has to go to Frank and his team, because I don't think until you've refereed an hour's game you realise how difficult his job is, so well done to everyone. Conditions in this venue are really good, table is really difficult, but that's about all I really need to say, and just see everyone in Vienna who's going, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Well done, David. Thank you all. Keep playing billiards, keep supporting your local clubs, and keep coming and playing. We'd love to have you. From all of us here at WBL, thank you so much. All the best. Bye bye.
Thank you.